What up, guys? Spider here for Destiny. We got the weekly Nightfall strike that time of the week again, and this time it's on the Summoning Pits. We got a little bit of a difference between the last time Summoning Pits ran. I think it was Void Burn, if I wasn't mistaken. This time around, we have Arc Burn, which is going to make things pretty interesting. We're going to see what happens here, so let's get right to it. Alright, so here we are in the first area. Now, you don't have any respawn restrictions, so you don't have to take it easy or anything like that, but I do kind of run out here, and I'm going to get my ass handed to me right there by the Knight. The Knights are pretty tough, especially with some of the arc damage, and you gotta watch out for those Thralls, man. I got one shot by Thralls. I'm level 30, and those Thralls, actually, with their melee, they do arc damage. They will one-shot kill you if they hit you. Yeah, see what I mean? The Wizards, and the nice thing about this, though, is that Hyper is the anchor. Let's call him the anchor. He's hanging back. That's what he's doing his job. He's doing his job properly. He's, you know, I'm going out there and dying, and he's hanging back. He's the one that can actually, you know, come in and revive me, and you'll see once we do have the respawns that are restricted, he'll come in and help me out. And hang back and revive me like that, okay? Now, the reason why we cleared this room, I mean, you can run by this room if you really wanted to, but that's our fallback room. That's kind of like our cheese area, and you'll see how we go back there. See what I mean? Like one shot by the Thrall right there. And that's not the only time it happens during this strike, okay? So you gotta stay away from those Thrall. Make sure you're backing up. But that room that we just cleared out, we're actually gonna back into that room because the Wizards... I mean, there's 3 or 4 of them that spawn in at the same time towards the end of this section when you have to defend the door because the ghost is working on it. It takes them forever to open the door. But there are 3 or 4 wizards that come in, and those guys will mess you up, and they will follow you out into the corridor behind you and up the stairs. So you want to have that room cleared out first so that you can fall back all the way back there and take those wizards out, as you'll see here shortly. So, usually these knights won't go past approximately where they're firing at us from. So you can use that little barrier for protection and just take out the knights one by one. Even with their shields, you know, with the Fatebringer, you can also do Praetus, what is it, Praetus Revenge, which is the scout rifle that has arc damage on it. So, and you also notice that I do have a secondary fusion rifle as well as, I think it's a Zombie Apocalypse. The Zombie Apocalypse with the arc damage. So, that thing comes in pretty handy. We'll use it here in a few minutes or so. So, we're still on... Okay, so we've got 1 ruin decoded so far. We've got 2 to go. I'm just going to try and finish these guys off. They spawn in waves. Usually, I think there's 1 knight that ends up staying up top. We don't really have to worry about them, and they just spawn in waves. So you really don't have to worry about the wizards just yet. There's 1. Okay, so we got, at 1 of 3 decoded, we do have 1 wizard come in here. But he doesn't follow you around. He doesn't, he's not the one that is going to follow you and chase you right into the stairwell, basically. You gotta wait until the 3 or 4 spawn in. I think it's 4, actually. There are 4 wizards that spawn at the same time. And again, you know, they're doing arc damage, right? They hit you a couple times, you're toast. So, and same with the knights. The knights are doing arc damage as well. So you gotta be careful, like I said. Hyper's the anchor. Be the anchor, Hyper. Just stay back and play it safe. That's what you gotta do. Alright, there's the wizard. So, you know, if you do have a weapon that does do solar damage, that would help also, for just taking out the wizard's shields. But, you know, the arc's not too bad either. Plus I have my, I'm on the gunslinger. So the gunslinger with the golden gun, it does solar damage. So it's actually pretty effective against the wizards. Alright, he's almost done. There we go. And you can see how 1 shot from the wizard or the knight will take my shields right down, like I'm pretty much dead. 2 shots and you're dead. That's it. Alright, there we go. 2 of 3 ruins decoded. You want to do a quick ammo run if possible. We were getting, I mean, the ammo drops were pretty decent. When we were playing the daily, the ammo drops were horrible. But for the Nightfall, they weren't so bad. Keep your distance from the thrall. Remember what happened to me. And it's gonna happen again. You'll see. Alright, so these wizards are gonna come in soon, I think. We got some of these guys, the cursed thralls. But they're one shot. One shot to take them out. I would imagine they also do arc damage if they explode in your face. Maybe. It's never nice for the for this cursed thrall to explode in your face. You don't want that. Trust me, you don't. You do not want that. Alright, we should have the wizards coming in. We've got, I think, probably a knight or a cursed thrall that's right above us. As you can see on the mini-map, or the radar, I should say. There's a yellow health cursed thrall. Okay, where are the wizards? Jeez, okay, there we go. So I think we had to get that last knight down, possibly. There are the wizards! Oh god. Fall back. Fall back! Fall back! So I'm trying to, I wanted to try and take one of them out. With the golden gun. So I pushed it a little bit here. I probably shouldn't have done this, but, you know, what are you gonna do? And I end up dying. So Hyper's falling back, and what happens, like I said, right? So that's the cheese spot. You go back to the top of the stairs, essentially. And I think he's using the Vision of Confluence to take them down with the solar damage. So, I mean, he could have just fallen back without trying to take down one of the wizards. Usually when you take one down and you're far enough away, then they'll all back off. The rest of them will back off. But, you know, even if you fall back further into that room, then they'll pull back. They'll pull back into the area where we're unlocking the door. And I'm in that hallway down at the bottom of the stairs, so I'm pretty safe right now to get revived. There we go. Alright, so I'm switching to the zombie apocalypse. Just trying to see if we can't get one of these wizards taken out, and I got scared. I ran away. It's like, run away to fight another day. It's not being a coward, you know? It's not, I swear. You know when you're gonna be overpowered. Alright, so we killed one, and that one is probably at what, 5-10% health. So Hyper finishes him off, he's able to pick me up, and I think that's it. I think we've gotten all the wizards taken care of there. We just have a, we just gotta clean up. There's, I think there's a Cursed Thrall and a Knight, possibly. Oh no, there's one wizard left. My bad. And, yeah, he doesn't stand a chance now. Without his friends? When there's 4 of them, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. When there's one, you know, he's still dangerous. If I get hit again when I was red, like, I'd be dead. But I'm just waiting for him to stop firing there. There we go. The Fatebringer's pretty badass. So it's a good weapon, especially with the arc damage. All right, and there we go. So we're just gonna clear out the rest, and we're gonna go through the door and get down to the next area, which is here. And we have Thrall. Watch out for the Thrall, guys. And we also have an Ogre. Watch. Boom. Yeah. See, they definitely do arc damage on the melee. You can see the little indicator at the top right when I died. They definitely do arc damage with their melee, and that's why it's only a one shot. So it makes it interesting. It does make it interesting. Okay, so there's the Ogre right there. Gonna use my Zombie Apocalypse. Pretty aptly named machine gun right there. So we got the Ogre and we got the Knight, and on to the next section. Now, again, I mean, these areas you can run by, and I have run by those areas. If you have invisibility, I'm running Gunslinger. If I was running Blade Dancer, I could just go invisible and bypass all these areas, really. You could even run past this area. It's going to be a little bit more dangerous, considering the arc damage. If you get hit a couple times by the Knights or the Acolytes, then you might die, so you might have a bit of a harder time running through if you don't have invisibility, like if you're not a hunter. I don't see why you would not want to be a hunter, but, you know, some people like being warlocks and titans for some reason. So if you want to run through that way, you might have a difficult time. There are a couple of high-level knights that are sort of down below here on our way to the summoning pits where Fogoth is. Plus you have this dropship, so if you're going to take out these knights over here, these guys, right? I mean, again, you can run by them if you have invisibility. But if you're just going to take them out, then you might want to consider taking out these guys that the dropship just came in and dropped off, because one of them is a wizard, and if you're trying to take out the knights and the wizard's shooting at you and kills you and your whole fire team, then you get sent back to orbit, and that's never a good thing on a Nightfall strike, especially when you're near the end. So we take out the wizard first, and then I'm going to come over here and finish off these knights. And Hyper's with me now. There he is. Okay, that was a bad throw. Okay. Good thing you got arc damage on your Titan super. Good job. Alright, so now we're going to go into Fogoth, and the idea here with Fogoth, especially considering you do have the arc damage, you want to take him out as quickly as possible. So we're going to get rid of everything else here. We're going to stay back in this room. We're going to get rid of everything else. Remember, the thralls are going to come in here, so you don't want to push out too fast. Again, just one melee attack and you're dead, so you don't want to get out there. You just want to let them come to you, take them out one by one, and you don't really have to worry about anything else spawning in, right? You take out all of the Fogoth's minions before you shoot at him, just so you have a bit of an easier time, right? You don't want to be taking damage from acolytes or knights with that arc burn, because it's going to hurt, trust me. And thankfully Fogoth has void damage, so you don't really have to worry about... I mean, he still hurts, but not as much as if there was void burn on this thing. So there we go. We got the last of the knights. So you want to prep on Fogoth and take him out as quickly as possible. So use all your heavy ammo as much as you can, and you'll see how quickly we take him out. You want to take him out before any of the dropships come, and definitely before the dropships come with the wizards. If you get dropships with wizards coming in, you're going to have a hell of a time. You can fall back. Okay, so G-Spot is falling back into the room where we first opened the door to come into Fogoth's lair. But you got to watch, because they do spawn in stuff. But it spawns in for, 30 seconds or so, and then it goes away. So if you fall back even past that room, right? So you can come in, you can take shots at Fogoth, and then you can fall back, and I forget what it is. It's like a thing that spawns in the center of the room and just starts firing. I think it's a void damage. But if you're quick enough and you have arc burn weapons, there is absolutely no need to fall back, all right? So no worries on that. We defeat Fogoth. Just make sure you have a heavy, fully upgraded if possible. Your secondary, if you don't have a Fatebringer or Pray This Revenge, then just use, probably if you have the Vision of Confluence, that would be good for the wizards. But if you don't have any of that, well, then any other gun is just as good as any other gun, I guess, as a primary. But as long as you have like an arc, secondary, and or heavy, and maybe even switch out with some solar damage, secondaries and heavies for when you're taking out the wizards, that would be good. All right, guys, so hope it helps, and have fun on the Nightfall. It was fun, even though I died a few times. Hyper didn't die once, so, I think he was going for a bounty for not dying on a strike. So have fun, and let us know how you do, or how you make out. And let us know if you make it out solo. There, I got another truth. I just bought it from Zur on the weekend. I just got another one. So it ended up turning into 3 Ascendant energy for me. So that's all right. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time for Destiny. I'm Spider, and I'm out.